Now, currently, the way that we're validating whether the files are present or not is done with a big bunch of block of if and else statements. You know, if everything exists, then we go ahead, we add the student. If there's stuff missing, we don't add it to the dictionary. It's not real, it doesn't exist. We ignore its existence, okay? Now, is this ideal? No. Should we make a function for it? Yeah, probably. Is a bunch of if and else statements gonna really slow down the program? No. Will adding a function remove the if and else statements? Probably not. So it's kind of like, you know, we have the, you know, yeah. Now I want to move on to Gope. So like, you know, we'll come back to it. We'll spruce it up. Don't worry, we'll come back. Now, I wanted to leave enough time for somebody to start writing out a comment about this because I fucking lied. We did fix it. It looks like this now. It's a whole function. It took me way too fucking long to make it. Now, don't you feel like a silly man? Welcome to Silly Town. Population U. Now, right now, the directories we need are hurt sound, walk sound, and voice sounds to hold the various sounds for our sound arrays. Have a directory for that, load in the files, right? Super easy, super quick, super simple, okay? We see what's in there, we load it into the array, bada bing, bada boom, Bob's your uncle, I am now your Aunt Sally, okay? Very simple stuff, keep up, okay? We need a scene model, a turnaround, we need a sprite sheet, we need a corpse model, we need a file to hold various variables, some data, right? We need NPC data. You know, for things like if they're alive, are they a teacher, are they special? Technicalities of how all this ends up working out is kind of like not important. What you need to know is we're defining a bunch of shit in a file system and then we're taking it and we're putting it in a dictionary only after we have checked to make sure that all the stuff that we need to define a student is present and there. Now, this may not seem all that important, but it's actually very, very important for how I'm gonna go about doing things. I need to add 200 students. Making this as painless as possible is incredibly important because with this, all I need to do to add a student or remove a student is either add the files I need or remove the files. Now that probably should be another check to make sure that the NPC data contains all the data we need. That is more easily done if I was using a JSON file to define the NPC data, because then you can label it. Then you can have a nice little label on there. Currently, we do not have a label on it. Currently, it looks like this. This is shit. That could be fucking anything. I don't know what this means. I don't know this. 0, 0, 0.11. This could be fucking anything. This sucks. The JSON is better. We can label it. And then you can check that all the labels are there. And then we can be like, good. Yeah, you get it. You're smart. You're a smart cookie. I love you. I think about you at night. Some of you have brought up concerns about how the key value pairs may impact load times. This is not a concern because this gets run once before the game starts. It doesn't run live. It runs once before you click start. It's not that bad. Will it be bad later? Probably. If I have 200 students, yeah, it's probably gonna be fucking annoying. But you know what? When we have 200 students, we're kind of done. So we can, instead of generating a fucking dictionary, we can in fact just have an NPC manifest in a JSON file. And there you go. You did it. Congrats. We changed the code a bit to generate a JSON file based on what's in the thing and have it use that instead. Is it that hard? Is it that different than what we have? Not really. Like, don't worry about it. Relax. It's not that big a deal. Now, and other people were like, the dictionary. Searching the dictionary is gonna be slow. No, it won't. You wanna know why it's not gonna be slow? It's easy. It gets searched once. That's when loading into the level to load the students. That's it. So if we load everybody at once, all in one frame, yeah, you're gonna get a fucking lag spike. But you know how we solve that? We don't load everybody in one fucking frame. We stagger that shit over several frames, maybe even 2 whole seconds. We have 60 frames to play with. There's only 200 students. If we do it every other frame, then yeah, it's, you know, like, yeah, bop, 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 bop. They walk in the school and it's not that big a deal. It's okay. It's all right. You're gonna be okay. You only search the dictionary during NPC initialization, so it searches it once, grabs the data it needs, loads it into local variables, and that's it. When it spawns in, That's all it does. It uses it one time. Each NPC loads the data they need once. They're not continuously loading that shit. That would be fucking stupid. So yeah, you know, that's how I'm loading my NPCs now. So it's just as easy as throwing the files into the file system, getting the right things, setting it up, and you know, new NPCs get added. Like there's no downside to this. It's straight dubs. So basically we went from 2 gigabytes of VRAM to 40 megabytes of VRAM. From loading everything an NPC was to only loading what we need. NPCs that aren't finished, don't get added to the dictionary. They're not in the game, don't worry about it. They exist in files, and that's it. And best of all, I can modify the variables of a student easily at runtime. I can say, hey, in this dictionary for Banshee, death flag, set that shit to true. That bitch dead as fuck. Don't spawn them. And then when I spawn students, I check to see if they're dead. I check that flag and it goes, Anyway, if you want to look at the code for how I've done everything, here it is. Take a look. Wow. That sure is code. Damn, look at that code. I like this one the best. Yeah, no, that's pretty much, that's it for today's update. That's what we did, that's what we've done. I wanted to thank my Patreon members. Here are their names right now. Anyway, for those of you who are still here, I have a treat. I have a gift for you. I have a present for you. For you specifically. Take a look. Have fun.